Hey guys, today's video is about the books I've read in June so far. So the first book I finished in June was The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. It's about a young girl who grows up in the Alaskan wilderness. I've heard so many great things about Kristen Hanna that I was really hoping I would like this one. However, I ended up giving it 1 or 2 stars. The author tries to tackle so many huge issues like alcoholism, PTSD, domestic violence, all kinds of stuff, and she doesn't really allow for the gravity of each issue to sink in. She kind of adds a new huge trauma every time she can. So it just felt like so many really deep issues piled onto one book. Some, if not all, of the issues that she chose to tackle could have filled up a whole book themselves. So the next book I read was Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. Now this one is really popular. It's been made into an HBO series, and I think I had too high of expectations just because I knew how popular it was. For me, the book just felt really trite and just forgettable. I ended up also giving it 2 stars. I think I would rather give the series a try. So the next book I read was The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. This is a pick from Reese's book club, which I love Reese. I love her book club. I was excited to check it out. This book is about small town Kentucky and a group of women who deliver library books to people in remote areas. So I love the idea of the book. I love the idea of a group of women banding together and delivering library books. This was another 2-star read for me. It felt like it dragged on really long. There were a lot of characters that you didn't really get to know very well. And for some reason, it felt kind of like a ripoff of Little Women. I don't know why. It's also kind of a pet peeve of mine when an author quotes better known works, like classics, in their book. I don't think it makes a book better to be quoting the classics. I would rather just read the classics. And it just feels a little bit lazy to me. Kind of like a crutch. I just prefer to see what the author can write on their own without relying on other better known works. Alright, next book. So I finally finished Catch and Kill by Ronan Farrow. This is a book that I was reading for a while. The full title is Catch and Kill: Lies, Spies, and the Conspiracy to Protect Predators. This was a book that I wanted to savor, but I could not put down. It was absolutely fascinating to hear Ronan's account of his investigative journalism on Harvey Weinstein and Hollywood. You know, I had been following the cases pretty closely myself, and this book was still absolutely, I don't know the word for it, shocking, I guess. Shocking, but not surprising. Ronan Farrow has a really clear voice, and I absolutely love his writing style, so I would recommend this to anybody. You might even like this book if you like true crime or detective novels. It was just so good. Ronan really deals with the victim's stories with respect, and he just has his priorities sorted out. This book was a 5-star read for me, and I would definitely recommend it.
Oh, hi, puppy.
Alright, the next book I read was Roar by Cora Carmack. This book was actually on my to-read list for a long time. I don't remember why, but it was. So when I saw it available digitally through my library, I figured, why not? It's fantasy that has to do with storms and an escape, and a lot of the elements are things that I like. I found parts of it to be really imaginative, and I did enjoy the parts where they kind of personified the storm. However, it fell victim to a lot of young adult fantasy tropes very quickly. It just kind of fell flat for me, and there were too many tropes. So this one was also a 2-star read for me. I'm sorry. Finally, my most recent read was the new Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness by Michelle Alexander. I read the 10th anniversary edition, so there is a foreword by the author that's updated. I went into it thinking that I knew pretty much all you could know about the prison industrial complex and mass incarceration in the United States. But Michelle Alexander provides so much more historical context, and she's extremely knowledgeable, and I think it's a really valuable read for anyone who's looking to expand their knowledge on institutional racism and racism in the very foundation of the United States. So this one I also gave 5 stars and would recommend to anybody. So that is what I've read so far this June. I know I covered a lot of genres, but I really don't stick to one genre, so that's how my videos will be in the future. Unfortunately, I have been picking a lot of books that ended up being 1 or 2 star reads for me, so if anyone has recommendations for, amazing 5-star books, please leave them in the comments below. Anyways, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys in my next video.